Welcome back, students. Welcome to lesson 63 of Digital Marketing 3, where we are going to be looking at a new topic, which is the marketing mix. But just as a recap, you need to understand that we are still doing the source stack approach to strategy. So we have discussed situation analysis, which is the first S of the source stack. We have discussed objectives, which is O for SO. Then we have discussed strategy, which is another S. So we have already done the source. That's what we did. And with strategy, we're looking at strategy formulation. We looked at the 9 decisions and how those decisions support your source stack framework. So the decisions that we're looking at, they must also speak to your marketing objectives. They must also speak to your situation analysis. Then now we are going to be looking at the tactics. So we are now on T. So, with the lessons that we are doing now, we should be at sourced. We've done S, situation analysis. We've done O, objectives. We've done S, strategy. Now we are doing tactics. Remember, under each acronym, you ask yourself questions. On situation analysis, you ask yourself, where are we now? Are we happy with our current situations? Are the sales okay as you anticipate? That's what you ask yourself as an organization. Are we okay with all these new entrants coming in? You ask yourself that. That's a situation analysis. And if you are not happy with where you are, after doing your situation analysis, after doing your research and realizing that, no, man, our sales are decreasing. No, man, we are facing threats. No, man, this and this and that is happening. You then set objectives. Objectives should ask you the question, where do we want to be? So that's your objectives. And through objectives, you need to make sure that your objectives are realistic and they pass the SMART criteria. So meaning your objectives must be specific, your objectives must be measurable, your objectives must be actionable, achievable, your objectives must be relevant, and your objectives must be time bound. So you need to set a specific period in which you are going to achieve these objectives. So once you answer yourself that this is where you want to be, because remember, you ask yourself, where do I want to be? And the answer was, I want to be here through A, B, C, D. Now, strategy is going to give you a question, how am I going to achieve this? In other words, strategy is asking you what is it that you need to do in order to achieve your objectives. So through strategy, that's when you went through all those decisions, you can consider doing this, you can consider doing that, and so forth. That's through strategy. You can consider segmenting and stuff like that. Then now with tactics, you ask yourself, how exactly am I going to do that? That's what we are going to be looking at in this lesson. So in this lesson, we are going to be looking at the 7 P's of the marketing mix, because those 7 P's are the how you should be achieving your objectives. And I know you guys know the word mix, what it means. You've got mixers in your kitchen, for example. A fruit mixer, some of you call it a blender. You've got a blender that will put everything inside and all of a sudden mixes, it becomes one thing. In music, we also have a mixer that a DJ uses, the one that I'm well familiar with, but I think it's now outdated. It's a virtual DJ. So you are mixing there. Yes, in marketing, we also mix to come up with one component. So that's what we are going to be talking about, because You can never talk about source stack. You can never talk about strategy formulation if the 7 Ps are mixing from there. What are the 7 Ps? We have got a product, we have got a price, we have got place, you have got promotion, we have got people, we have got process, and we've got physical evidence. So you cannot exclude that from your tactics, because your tactics will actually determine how you are going to position these on digital platforms. Remember, digital marketing is all about placing a brand and its product and its attributes on digital platforms. So you need to understand the marketing mix and how it is going to fit in within a given scenario. So how can you apply the 7P to a given scenario? This sounds as easy as possible, but it is not easy. I've seen this especially with our colleagues and our relatives whenever they've got their businesses and they are using digital channels to market their businesses. Like they are using WhatsApp to market their businesses, they are using Facebook to market their business. They always struggle to use the 7Ps. I'll give you an example. You have got someone who have got a catering business, or someone who has got a photography business. Let's start with catering business. Someone who does decor for events, and they post it on their status on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp everyone uses it. They've got a banner that has been nicely done, a digital poster that has been nicely done with beautiful graphics, about their catering or decor business. It's nice. And all of a sudden they'll ask you, oh, Kaya, can you please support my business? Share this as much as possible. Fine, I'm going to share it. But you realize that on that banner, as colorful as it is, all the 7Ps are not addressed in that banner. Someone will say we do catering business. However, there are no prices there. So it means the P for price is missing on that banner. You hear someone saying that we do catering business. However, there is no address or a place where that business is happening. Where is it that people need to come to get to know you? Where are your offices if you've got offices? Where are you operating from? There is no place mentioned there. There is no product mentioned there. So realize that there are many elements of P's there that are missing from that banner. Yes, it is colorful, but there's no place, there's no price. All of a sudden, you post it on your social media platforms and people are busy asking, where do I get this? I'm interested. Because there is no information. Information is lacking. Some will be like, give me the price. And all of a sudden, like, come to my inbox for a price. So it means that the 7Ps are not being properly addressed there. So you need to mix everything in that marketing information. That's why we call it a marketing mix. Your marketing information, first of all, you must promote the brand or the product. So your poster must have a self-promotion abilities. Without you talking about it, people, by seeing on it on itself, it is promoting whatever content that is on published on it. So that's the first P, promotion. Then the banner must be able to mention the place. We do catering in Pretoria, in Johannesburg, and surrounding places, so that those who are based in Cape Town, they do not have to bother because you have mentioned the place on the banner. So that's where the P fits in. So now we have got promotion and P. Then you also need to mention the products explicitly. Okay, that's your P for product. We can cover weddings, we can do this and this. So already I know what is it that is excluded from your catering products or your decor products. So you have got P for promotion, you've got P for place, because I've mentioned that you do it in the surrounding areas in Johannesburg. Then now you also mentioned your packages, which is your product. You know, we've got a silver package, you've got a platinum package, and so forth. So you've got 3 P's there. Then you mentioned the prices. The platinum package goes for 10,000 rands. The gold package goes for this and this and that. So all of a sudden you've got 4 P's. Okay. You have got place, you have got promotion, you have got product, and you have got a price. You will still have 3 P's missing. Then now you give us a P for the people. We have got a team of 7 people who are going to assist you at your event and this and this and that. So already you are giving evidence that I'm not working on my own here. We are going to give you the best value because you have got a dedicated team that is going to do this thing. So you have got P for people there. We now have 5. Okay. There are still 2 P's missing from your banner. Then we have got a P for physical evidence. You then put testimonies, 1 or 2 on your banner from people you have serviced already. You know, we have done deco for this person's birthday or for this person's lobola ceremony and stuff like you are now giving the physical evidence of what you did. You can even show the pictures on that banner of the things that you have done before. Like here, the 7 P's are actually convincing your customers, giving them a reason not to say no. But still, there is 1 P missing, which is process. So now we know your product, we know in which areas you serve, we know the price for a product, we know the team behind the product, we have seen your testimonials, which is physical evidence. Now, how do you do about it, which is the process? How long does it take for you to come to us and do the deco? Do you have your own transportation? Who carries the table? How long do you have to deliver before the party starts? Do you do the morning before the event? Do you do a week before the event? So that becomes your process. So that's how you can apply the 7 P's. So if you have got a marketing content that has got all those 7 P's, you know, you are giving your customers less queries. For example, if there's no price, customers are going to ask for price. If you have got no place, customers are going to ask you, where are you based? We've seen this more often on social media platforms. Where are you guys based? Because there's 1 P missing there of the marketing mix. So you need to make sure that you are giving your customers a reason not to reject your product, not to buy or not to like your product by putting those 7 P's. So the 7 P's as a result do matter to digital marketing because they contribute to the success of a campaign. The reason why many people are not succeeding, especially self-employed people who are selling stuff on WhatsApp statuses. Hey, I do hair plating, I do nails. You know, those who are hustling is because they are withholding some of the information there. I do graphic designing. You know, they don't show you what they've done before. They don't show you the price. They don't show you the place. The banner itself is not promoting, you know. So it then becomes an incomplete digital marketing practice. So that's how you apply the marketing mix. Now let's dig in from a theoretical point of view. The marketing mix is traditionally referred to, but with the introduction of digital platforms, the 4 P's have then expanded. The 4 P's is still relevant, especially in South Africa, because we're still utilizing traditional marketing. However, the popularity of the mix as a guide for the application of marketing techniques is driven by apparently simplicity of the framework. The 4Ps are challenged for not referencing the importance of customer service, people, for example, process and physical evidence. So those 3Ps are more to do with customer service. So the result is that the mix is extended to 7Ps, which include 3 further elements, the service mix, that better reflect this service delivery. So these are people, process, and physical evidence. There have been more challenges, though, in the marketing thinking and research, and the outcome has been a shift in emphasis on the application of the marketing mix towards the relationship building. So these are the elements of the market mix and how you could then use the internet to vary these marketing mix. So I've already mentioned the product, I've already mentioned promotion, price, place, people, process, and physical evidence. There on the dots, on the bullets, you can actually see how then the internet could support the stuff that you're talking about. For example, you cannot talk about product without mentioning practice, without mentioning quality, without mentioning the image. Think about someone who's selling a car online and they do not put an image of a product. How are people going to be convinced that they would buy that product? The same thing with promotion and so forth, even with price. I know people, when it comes to price, they think about affordability, but that's not actually what price is, because even if you cannot afford, someone is going to afford it. Price is about how you position yourself, especially amongst your competitors. Price is also about the accessories accompanied with it. For example, someone buying a car for 50,000 without a spare wheel versus someone buying a car for 50,000 with a spare wheel. You realize that the cost of buying a spare wheel will be much higher for the one who is not including it within that price. But we are going to talk about all these P's in separate lectures. For example, I know the next lecture, we are going to talk about products. So I'm not going to dig deeper on these elements because we're going to be unpacking each one of them and how it matters to digital marketing strategy. So this lesson 63, was just an introduction to the marketing mix and how it adds value to digital marketing. And by using a WhatsApp banner, I can see that you guys can understand, the marketing, the 7Ps in digital marketing, because the use of WhatsApp statuses to sell stuff, it's also marketing because you're promoting, you're selling on a digital platform. However, the marketing mix has been criticized because it lacks customer centricity. Think about the product, think about all the stuff that we've mentioned. They are always from the brand side. So we also have what we call the 4Cs, which are directly linked with the traditional 4Ps. So we have got customer needs and wants, So apart from talking about the product, you also need, by looking at the product, you also need to think about what is it that customers need or want. Because if the customers do not need that product, they are not going to buy it. You also need to think about the cost to the customer. For example, when you are buying online, most of you guys, as much as you can afford the product online, you always look at shipping costs, because shipping costs will determine how much all in all you're going to spend on that product. So if you want an iPhone 16 online, there's brand A selling it for 25,000 with free shipping, and brand B selling it for 25,000 with 2,000 shipping. So the total costs, you end up buying from brand A because you do not want to spend an extra 2,000 on shipping. So you need to think about cost. You also need to think about convenience. And convenience is related to the P for place. How convenient is it for me to get this product in this area versus in that other area? I mean, some of you guys are shopping to specific stores because they're in your proximity, not necessarily mean because you love them. You know, I live close to a spa, so it means that, for me, it would be easy to walk to spa than to drive to Pick and Pay, which is far, even if I'm loyal to Pick and Pay. It's just an example. So whatever that is convenient to me, I'll end up using that thing. Then, of course, communication. Do you have co-created communication when you are promoting your products? Are you only promoting from a company point of view, or you are also promoting from a consumer point of view by using reviews, by using testimonials, and so forth? So why is the marketing mix then crucial in digital marketing? Digital media and technology provides many new opportunities for the marketer to vary the application of the marketing mix, to develop new routes to delivering competitive advantage. Think about Takealot. We know that they're a Cape Town-based company, but all of a sudden, opportunities emerged for them to have pickup hubs. So all of a sudden, you've got pickup points and so forth, to create new market positions, to build and service relationships in an increasingly innovative ways, to cut through the barriers of time and space and offer continuous and essential access to products and services. Think about these opportunities as highlighted in your textbook. So it is crucial, guys, to understand the marketing mix and how it contributes to digital marketing. So if there are any questions, guys, do not hesitate to discuss that in class. However, in the next lesson, we are going to start with the first element of the marketing mix, which is product.